Someone just got their dream job. Radio silence on social media. Someone's in the happiest relationship of their life. You'd never know from their posts. They achieved something massive. Crickets. No celebration, no announcement, nothing. While everyone else is posting their wins, their vacations, their new cars, their achievements. These people are living their best lives in complete silence. And you probably think they're insecure, fake humble, or secretly miserable. But here's the truth. People who keep their happiness private aren't hiding. They're protecting something precious. There are 5 psychological types, and number 4 is going to change how you see social media forever. Let's go. Type 1. The energy protector. This person believes that sharing happiness dilutes it. The moment they announce good news, they have to manage everyone's reactions, answer questions, and perform gratitude. It's exhausting. So they keep joy private to preserve its purity. Psychologically, this is rooted in what researchers call emotional conservation. Their happiness feels sacred, almost fragile. Broadcasting it to the world invites commentary, comparison, and outside energy that can contaminate the feeling. They've learned that announcing happiness creates obligations. You have to respond to congratulations. Defend your choices if people disagree. Deal with jealousy or fake enthusiasm. The mental and emotional labor outweighs the benefit. There's also neuroscience here. When you share good news, your brain releases dopamine from the validation. But for energy protectors, that external dopamine hit feels cheap compared to the sustained internal satisfaction of private joy. They're not gatekeeping happiness. They're savoring it, like enjoying a perfect meal in silence versus describing it while eating. The experience itself matters more than the performance of the experience. Type 2. The superstitious guardian. This person genuinely believes that announcing happiness invites the universe to take it away. Call it the evil eye, bad karma, or just Murphy's Law. They're convinced that broadcasting good news tempts fate. Psychologically, this often stems from past experiences where sharing excitement led to disappointment. Got a job offer and posted about it, offer fell through. Announced a relationship, it ended shortly after. The pattern created a superstitious association. Their brain now operates on magical thinking, the belief that their actions, sharing, can influence unrelated outcomes, losing the thing. It's not rational, but trauma and pattern recognition create these mental shortcuts. Some cultures reinforce this. The concept of evil eye exists across Mediterranean, Middle Eastern, and Latin American traditions. The belief that envy can literally harm what you have. Growing up with this belief creates deep psychological programming, so they stay silent. Better to enjoy something quietly than risk losing it by flaunting it. Their privacy is protective magic, whether or not they'd admit it in those terms. Type 3. The authentic validator. This person doesn't need external validation to confirm their happiness is real. Their internal validation system is so strong that sharing becomes unnecessary. They know what they have, they feel what they feel, and outside acknowledgement adds nothing. Psychologically, this reflects high internal locus of control and secure attachment. Their sense of worth and reality doesn't depend on being witnessed or validated by others. The happiness exists whether anyone knows about it or not. They've also rejected the modern equation. If you didn't post it, did it even happen? For them, the experience is the point, not the documentation or the audience response. A beautiful moment doesn't require an audience to be beautiful. Many authentic validators have tried sharing in the past and found it hollow. The likes and comments didn't enhance the joy. Sometimes they diminished it. So they stopped performing and started just living. This type often confuses people. Why wouldn't you want to share good news with friends? But their inner circle knows. They share intimately with the few people who matter. They just refuse to broadcast to the masses. Type 4. The strategic protector. This person keeps happiness private because they've seen what happens when you don't. Jealousy, sabotage, fake friendships, people rooting for your downfall. They've learned that not everyone who smiles at your success is genuinely happy for you. Psychologically, this is informed by experience and pattern recognition. They've watched people celebrate publicly only to become targets. The friend who announced her promotion and suddenly faced workplace hostility. The couple who posted relationship content and invited unsolicited opinions that poisoned their dynamic. They understand a harsh truth. Your success makes some people uncomfortable. Your happiness highlights their lack. And rather than be inspired, some will sabotage, consciously or unconsciously. This isn't paranoia, it's social intelligence. Studies show that social media posts about positive life events often trigger envy and resentment in viewers. Strategic protectors know this and refuse to make themselves vulnerable. They also recognize that oversharing creates information asymmetry. When everyone knows your business, you lose negotiating power, privacy, and control over your narrative. Keeping happiness private is strategic discretion. The cost? People might think they're struggling or unhappy. The benefit? They actually get to enjoy their happiness without interference. Type 5. The humble philosopher. This person keeps happiness private because they believe true contentment doesn't need an announcement. They've internalized the philosophy that seeking external validation for internal states is fundamentally misaligned with genuine happiness. Psychologically, humble philosophers often have deep self-awareness and strong value systems. Many have been influenced by Stoicism, Buddhism, or other philosophies that emphasize inner peace over external recognition. They see the modern obsession with sharing as spiritual poverty, a constant need to prove your life is good rather than simply living a good life. To them, announcing happiness is like announcing your breathing. If you need to convince others, maybe you're trying to convince yourself. There's also humility rooted in awareness of suffering. They know others are struggling, and broadcasting personal happiness feels tone-deaf or insensitive. Why post about your dream vacation when someone in your feed just lost their job? Humble philosophers aren't joyless. They're deeply joyful. They just express it through presence, gratitude, and quiet contentment rather than performance. Their happiness doesn't require an audience because it's not dependent on being seen. The cultural shift. We live in the first era in human history where private happiness is considered suspicious. Social media has normalized the documentation and broadcast of every positive moment. Silence is interpreted as absence of joy. This creates immense pressure. If you're not posting, people assume you're struggling. Are you okay? You've been quiet lately, as if your well-being is measured by your digital output. But here's reality. Humans lived fulfilling, joyful lives for millennia without broadcasting them. The need to share is culturally manufactured, not psychologically necessary. In fact, research shows that people who post frequently about their relationships are often less satisfied than those who don't. The performance of happiness and actual happiness are different things, sometimes inversely related. The paradox of sharing. Here's the psychological paradox. Seeking validation for your happiness can undermine the happiness itself. When you post achievement and wait for likes, you've made your satisfaction conditional on others' responses. What if the post flops? What if someone comments something negative? You've handed control of your emotional state to strangers. People who keep happiness private avoid this trap. Their joy isn't contingent on external metrics. A promotion feels good because of what it represents to them, not because 200 people liked the announcement. There's also the highlight reel effect. When you only share positive moments, you're creating a curated fiction. This distances you from authentic connection. People who share selectively often have deeper relationships because they're real, not performing. The deeper wisdom. People who keep happiness private understand something profound. The best things in life lose power when commodified for consumption. Some moments are meant to be felt, not photographed. Some achievements are meant to be savored, not announced. Some joys are meant to be held close, not broadcast. There's wisdom in the old saying, "Don't tell everyone your plans, show them your results." And even then, you don't owe anyone a performance of your success. Your happiness doesn't need an audience to be real. Your wins don't need validation to matter. Your joy doesn't require documentation to exist. Conclusion: 5 types of people who keep happiness private. The energy protector, preserving joy's purity. The superstitious guardian, protecting from the evil eye. The authentic validator, internally validated, the strategic protector, avoiding jealousy and sabotage. The humble philosopher, true contentment needs no announcement. Each has different psychology, but all share one understanding. Private joy is often deeper, purer, and more sustainable than performed happiness. If you keep your happiness private, you're not weird, secretive, or fake humble. You're protecting something precious in a world that commodifies everything. Own that choice. If you share everything, that's valid too. Just make sure it's serving you, not the other way around. Which type are you? Drop 1 through 5 in the comments. Or tell us, do you share your wins or keep them close? Subscribe for psychology that questions cultural norms. Hit like if this validated your approach to happiness or made you rethink sharing. And remember, your joy doesn't need to be witnessed to be real. The most profound happiness often happens in the quiet moments no one else will ever see. And that's not just okay, it's beautiful.